First up then, Gemma, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm busy like normal, but I've now got an 11-month-old baby that's been through in the mix. But you know, we plodding along, and I'm continuing with the charity, and I'm enjoying being a mum again.
I mean, an 11-month-old baby is enough of a job for anybody, but then doing the charity stuff as well, still alongside that. Day to day, what does your life look like?
Extremely busy. My husband's a stay-at-home dad, so we've role reversed this time. So he stays at home, which is good for me because then I can continue to focus on the charity, and I've also got my own business that I run as well. But Gracie comes along with us a lot of the time. She'll come to the office, you know, and she's very much a part of what we do every day.
Brilliant. And for anybody watching this who might not know Bradley's story, can you just share it with us?
So Bradley was my little boy. He was diagnosed when he was 18 months old with a very rare aggressive childhood cancer called neuroblastoma. Bradley had a lot of very grueling treatments. He went through a really hard time with treatment to get him in remission. We managed to get him in remission after 2 years of treatment. He had 1 year off, and then unfortunately he relapsed. And Bradley only had another year with us before he passed away. Within that time, we were fundraising for Bradley to get a treatment that's not available in the UK, and we wanted to take him to America. We done an amazing fundraising campaign, and we managed to raise a lot of money. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go to America with Bradley because it was too late. So me and my husband decided to put all the money that was raised into the Bradley Lowery Foundation to support and help other families going through a similar experience.
It's truly remarkable what you and your husband have done. And Bradley, what a remarkable boy as well, because he stood for everything that is so great about humanity, didn't he?
Yeah, his personality was amazing. His smile, you know, if he loved you, you weren't getting anywhere. You weren't getting away from him. He loved cuddles. He just brought happiness and light into people's lives.
And during that time, as Bradley's mother, it must have been so difficult for you day to day because you're watching your son go through the unthinkable and you're enduring that with him. How do you get through that?
You just take each day as it comes and you don't think about it. I was never negative. I didn't think about dying. I didn't think about I didn't think about anything like that. I just thought about getting him through every day and raising as much money as I could, because at the time I thought the more money we raise, the better chance he has of surviving. And when you've got a child that's so poorly, you don't think about anything else but making them happy, making sure that they don't know what's going on, and just living each day as if it's your last. Cliche, but that's kind of how we did it.
When you are living each day, there are challenges that probably, unless you're in that situation, you don't even think about, such as, you know, the logistical challenges or the financial challenges. What are those?
So having a poorly child is extremely difficult, not only on yourself, the child, but as a family unit. I've got another son who's now 20. Feel old saying that, but he was only 11 at the time when Bradley was diagnosed. So not only did we have to think about who was looking after him when we were in hospital, we had to think about how we were going to afford for Carl to come up to the hospital every day, because you've got your parking, you've got your diesel, you've got your food. You don't get fed when you're in hospital. And bearing in mind, I think my longest stint in hospital with Bradley without going home once was 9 weeks solid. So, you know, you've got a lot of other kind of issues that you have to think about. And then on top of all that, we were trying to fundraise to get him this treatment. So there's a lot of other issues. You don't have that family time. You're living in a fishbowl, right? Because when we were in hospital, we're either on a ward with other people or we're in a room that we had to have the door open all the time. And it's a very, very difficult to kind of get your head around, on top of the feeling of my child might not survive this.
It takes a lot of mental strength, I imagine, just to get through day to day. And have you met a lot of other parents or family members who have a family member enduring a serious illness who are experiencing the same struggles that you did?
Yeah, we meet these families every single day on a daily basis. Childhood cancer is classed as rare. Childhood cancer is not rare. There's not enough support out there for families that have got a child with cancer. But it's not just about a child with cancer. There's so many other illnesses out there that families are dealing with, and these can be terminal or life-limiting. Therefore, they spend all this time in hospital, and we meet these, and every day we meet these people, and every day we see the struggle that they're going through. And from when I was going through it, and Brad's been gone 5 years, so let's say, I don't know, 8 years ago, when I first started going through it, things are not really improving, and support out there is not improving. If anything, because of the cuts in budgets and because of the way society is and people not having the funding to be able to offer extra support, then it's less than what it was before. So one of the things that I feel like was really important is having a counsellor or a support mechanism that's not in the family, because what you tend to do when you have a child that's poorly is you tend to keep all them emotions to yourself, because one, I didn't want to upset my mum and dad any more than they did. Two, Carl, my husband, you know, it's okay to talk, you're both going through the same thing, but you know what you're going through, so you don't want to put that extra pressure. So I would have found it very useful if I had access to someone to talk to. Unfortunately, there wasn't many people out there, and the waiting list for counsellors today is ridiculous. So what the Bradley Lowery Foundation does is we offer a support line. So if people are in hospital and they just want to have a chat while the child's asleep, then they can, you know, we can make them an appointment for a night time so they can speak to a trained counsellor. But we also offer them face-to-face counselling as well. You know, if they need to get out the house and they need that face-to-face counselling, we offer that support as well. And we work with other charities to be able to referrals backwards and forwards to different services.
And what's the response to that service been like?
The response to that hasn't been as much as I thought it was. We do get people wanting the service, but I feel like it hasn't been taken up as much as I thought it would have originally. But it is a service that's massively needed. It's just, I don't feel like people know about what we offer. And a lot of the time, some people don't want to put out to charities because of the way society is at the moment.
And what else does the Bradley Lowery Foundation offer?
So the main focus of the Bradley Lowery Foundation is to offer advice, support and guidance on fundraising campaigns. This is for treatment or equipment that's not available on the NHS. So like I previously said, I wanted treatment in America for Bradley. So this treatment is not in the UK. So what we do as a foundation is we support with the fundraising campaign, give advice and guidance, we give merchandise, you know, we like give tips, we offer support every step of the way. We also negotiate costings with hospitals in America. Bear in mind, one of the treatments that we take the children over was £260,000, and I went over and I spoke to the financial director and I managed to get it for £110,000 with a lot of negotiation. So we done that. We liaise with the different hospitals from the UK to America and send your health records, your scans, you know, reports such as that. We do flights, accommodation. I go out with my families over to New York for the first few days, and this is to get them used to the environment that they're in, make them comfortable, take them to the first trip to the hospital, because I'm quite friendly with the hospital now. So that's just one thing, that's just around the cancer. So that's kind of from start to finish, we're there every single step of the way. One of the main things that we do as well is the support over the phone. So for example, last night I was on the phone to one of my families that's currently in Charlotte in America. And it was quite late because of the time difference, and we were discussing what's kind of the next step for his child, and he's going for a scan today. We organised that, but last night we were just speaking over Messenger, just giving that extra support and extra comfort, and that we still here if they need anything. So we do have that emotional support put in place for the families as well.
It really is incredible, and I imagine you have an overwhelming amount of people who've told you how grateful they are for this service. Do you have any stories that you could share with us of how the Bradley Lowery Foundation have truly really changed the lives, not just of the child or family member, but those around them?
We have lots and lots of stories. So for example, we have a couple of children actually that's been to New York, had the treatment that Bradley was supposed to have, and now in total remission and living the life. They at school, they just basically having a normal childhood life, and that is because of the treatment that they received. But we also work with families that need extensions, we need sensory rooms, the dogs, autism dogs we work with, wheelchairs, beds, you name it, we do it. So we've worked with hundreds of children to support them with different things, from little as getting them a wheelchair to get them an extension where the family can support them and look after them better downstairs, and they get a wet room and they get sensory equipment. You know, there's lots and lots of different stories that we. And if anybody wants to read them stories, they can go on our website,
which is
www.bradleyloweryfoundation.com.
Am I right in thinking you're building a holiday home as well at the moment?
We are. So I find when I was with Bradley, I found that we spent so much time in hospital. We very rarely got to spend any time as a family. And when we did spend time as a family, we got to use charity holiday caravans. And my husband, my oldest son, me and Brad used to go away at the family caravan and make beautiful memories, incredible memories. However, we didn't get to make them memories with my mum and dad, brother, cousins, aunties, uncles. And I feel like that is very, very important. One, I think parents need that adult time to be able to, have a breather when they're away. And two, I think it's important that the extended family get to make them memories, just in case the worst happens like it did with us. So I have this vision in my mind, which is coming to life now, so I'm very, very excited about it, is I want to build a 5-bedroom mansion-style house, because again, me and Bradley got to make amazing, incredible memories with lots of famous people, which come with nice experiences. Your normal child and your normal family are not going to get to do that. And I want them to be able to have them experiences. So this holiday home we're building is 5 bedrooms. It's got a big open plan kitchen, dining, playrooms. It's got lots of land so you can go out and the children play without worrying. And it's ready to start the build now. It's been a long time coming. We've had COVID. COVID hit, and then we've had the crisis with fuel and economy. And people who pledged to be able to support could no longer support because of their financial situation. But we are now ready to build this holiday home, and we're still looking for funds for it. So if anybody wants to support, and it doesn't have to be money, it can be gift in kind, then we're more than happy to have a chat with them. But it's going to be incredible. And we've got the support from Scarborough, the people from Scarborough. They've been amazing. So we've got a lot of different activities that these families are going to get to be able to access. The holiday home will accommodate 100 families per year. So they can do Monday till Friday or Friday till Monday. And we will give them, if they can't get down there because they haven't got a car, or if they're struggling with funding for the diesel, then we will support with that also. So that is something that honestly can't wait to happen, because we've been dreaming about this, since Brad was poorly. This is what I wanted to do. And by next year, it's going to be up, it's going to be running, and we're going to have our first family making memories.
It sounds incredible, Gemma. How difficult is it to raise the funds that are required for this? Because there is so much that you cover.
Yeah, I mean, we don't just deal with one thing, as you've just heard. We've got a lot of different arms to our charity, and raising funds is extremely difficult in the current climate. So we just try and do anything possible. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, we'll be out there, we'll do it. We're a very small team, we're a team of 7 people, so we're a tiny team, and then out of them 7 people, 2 is the finance officer and administrator that deals with the finances. So we are extremely small, but we do our best, and we try, where possible, to link in with other people and other organisations, such as this amazing event that's going to be going on.
That amazing event being the World Triathlon Championship Series Sunderland.
Yes.
How important is a partnership like this to you?
It's massively important because it doesn't only raise huge awareness, which is definitely needed, it also helps raise funds that's needed to support all of the different arms that we do in the charity. But it's nice for us to be able to you know, to what's the word? It's nice for us to be able to give back as well, because although the event is going to be huge for us, we would like to support the event as much as possible by getting our contacts and getting it out in the community and doing whatever we can to support the event as much as they're supporting us.
And it is wonderful that this event does want to support the Bradley Lowery Foundation as well. It shows just how much people recognise the important work that you do. It's
incredible, honestly. When Lynn came and told us that this event wanted to support us, I was over the moon. I was ecstatic, because there's lots and lots of other charities out there that they could have chosen, and they've chose the Bradley Lowery Foundation, and for that I'm very, very grateful.
What does the future look like, Gemma, for you and the Bradley Lowery Foundation?
So one of the things that I've always wanted to do for the Bradley Lowery Foundation, yes, is to get the treatment, you know, what we can't get on the NHS, to give them that treatment. But how amazing would it be if we could get that treatment in the UK, so we don't have the stress of flights and accommodation and raising hundreds of thousands of pounds for a treatment that we can get in the UK. So we would like to campaign, which we will be starting very soon. And we've done it all the way throughout, but we've got a big campaign coming up. We want to get them treatments in the UK. We want to be the forefront to get them essential life-saving treatments here in the UK. But we also want to get as much money into childhood cancer research as possible. They don't get no funding apart from what charities raise and what charities give, and it's not enough. It's not enough money what's going into research at the moment. Every penny that the Bradley Lowery Foundation gets for childhood cancer research goes towards childhood cancer research. 100% of a donation that comes in for research goes to research.
Amazing. Well, Gemma, everything that you've decided you want to do, you have done. So
Yes.
I have no doubt that you will achieve everything that you want to accomplish. And you are a remarkable human being.
Thank you.
Thank you so, so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.